Naoya, Uzbek power coming. September 14. I'm ready. I'm go. Uzbek power. Let's go.
Mark your calendars. September 14th is set for fireworks as Naoya Inoue takes on Murodjon Akhmedaliev in a clash of champions. The stage is set for a thrilling showdown, and everyone is eager to see if Akhmadaliev has what it takes to topple the unstoppable monster.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hi, how are you guys? Thank you. I'm best. 122 pounds. Anyway, we're coming. Let's go.
This fight has been anticipated for a long time, but it never actually happened, until now. Many fans believed Inoue might have been ducking Akhmadaliev, especially since Akhmadaliev held the WBA and IBF titles for a while, and Inoue was considered the king of the division. People wanted to see these two clash, but when the moment came, Inoue's team seemed to take a different path. Akhmadaliev's camp, particularly his promoter Eddie Hearn, wasn't happy about it. He was visibly frustrated and honestly furious, because Inoue ended up dodging his mandatory challenger, Murodjon Akhmedaliev, not once, not twice, but 3 times. From Hearn's perspective, this wasn't just a minor delay or scheduling issue. It felt like Inoue was getting a free pass to sidestep a tough fight that fans had been demanding. Hearn compared the situation to what a true champion would do, like Anthony Joshua, who consistently stepped up to face his mandatory challengers even when the risks were high. He questioned why Inoue kept choosing easier opponents, suggesting they didn't truly test him at his best.
I just like, why should Naoya Inoue get a pass to fight low-level opponents and duck his mandatory? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
They felt like Inoue's team was actively trying to avoid the matchup, even going so far as to request special permissions to skip mandatory challengers. While Inoue was busy fighting other opponents like TJ Doheny, Akhmadaliev was left waiting for his opportunity. When Akhmadaliev eventually lost a close decision to Marlon Tapales, Inoue chose to fight Tapales instead, which only deepened Akhmadaliev's frustration. He felt overlooked, and fans kept asking when Inoue would finally face him. Hearn hasn't held back throughout this situation. He called out Inoue and described the entire scenario as quite disappointing, urging fight fans to wake up to what's really going on. The repeated avoidance, he argued, made Inoue's resume look less impressive than many believed. Hearn even pointed out that the WBA had to order Inoue to face Akhmadaliev multiple times, and that at one point, Inoue paid sanctioning fees just to avoid the mandatory.
That was like, I don't know, AJ. Like, you imagine if AJ would have done it was the mandatory boxing. A lot of people said, don't fight him. Vacate your belt. No, I'm a champion. I want to be undisputed. Right? That's what you do as a champion. Inoue is undisputed. Pound for pound great. I've got to say, his resume's pretty shit.
Even when the fight was officially announced, Inoue couldn't hide his irritation over certain details. Most notably, being placed in the blue corner instead of the red on the official fight posters. While this might seem minor to some, in boxing, symbols and traditions matter deeply. The red corner typically represents the champion, the fighter expected to control the bout, enjoy home advantage, and command respect. For Inoue, who has dominated his division, unified multiple titles, and built a legacy as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, being placed in the blue corner felt like a subtle but clear sign of disrespect. It challenged the perception of who the true top dog is, and such details can sting. But after all the delays, drama, and signs of frustration, the fight is finally set for September 14th. Inoue versus Akhmadaliev. For Joel Diaz, this isn't just another fight. It's a mission. Having already prepared Luis Neri to face Inoue, Diaz knows exactly what they're up against. Inoue's sharp timing, relentless volume, and lightning-fast reflexes. Still, Diaz isn't fazed. He sees Akhmadaliev as a completely different kind of challenge. MJ is a disciplined southpaw, unlike Neri, which instantly shifts the fight's dynamics. Diaz is tailoring their strategy to that uniqueness, sharpening MJ's footwork, timing, and precision. He fully respects Inoue's skills, intelligence, and athleticism, but his focus is on maximizing Akhmadaliev's strengths to counter everything Inoue brings to the ring.
Naoya Inoue is really disappointing. And I think he's very, very disappointing champion. And I think fight fans need to wake up at what's going on here with Naoya Inoue. TJ the Henny and Geezer on Saturday. I know he was supposed to fight Sunday. No disrespect. Another. Like, he's just allowing this to happen. He's been ordered now twice to fight. He's paid money to the WBA for a permit to have shot 3 ducks. I mean, this is outrageous. Naoya Inoue, I was going to say disgrace, but it's a bad word. You are disappointing, Naoya Inoue. You are not the fighter that I thought you were. Akhmadaliev is now going to be the WBA champion. You have to fight him again to be undisputed. Fight fans need to wake up. If that was one of my fighters, or if that was AJ or someone like that, he would be, oh my God, you wouldn't let it die.
It's not just about dodging Inoue's punches. It's about matching him step for step and pushing back when it matters most. Diaz isn't treating this as a repeat of the Neri fight. He's studying Inoue's habits, adjusting strategies, and crafting a game plan that highlights MJ's strengths. The goal is to stay disciplined, use angles, and disrupt Inoue's rhythm. If Diaz can fully unlock Akhmadaliev's potential, we might witness one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing. History on September 14th.
We just talked about you did save Cinco de Mayo boxing. Congratulations. Now that you know Inoue from Cardenas, you have MJ who's next. Is that going to be here or is it going to be Tokyo? Do you know? I think it's more electric character.
But beating Inoue isn't just difficult. It often feels nearly impossible. Even when his opponents believe they've figured him out, he flips the script and takes control. That's why many believe Akhmadaliev is in for the toughest fight of his life. Legendary trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas shares that view, seeing Inoue not just as a skilled boxer, but as a fighter who undergoes a dramatic transformation in the ring, a kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch. Atlas compares it to watching a superhero movie. The moment Inoue steps into the ring, he's no longer just Inoue. He becomes something else entirely. Atlas describes how Inoue's demeanor shifts before a fight, comparing it to Wolverine when the metal claws emerge. He's calm, composed, yet there's something dangerous simmering beneath the surface. The way he moves, the way he looks. It's intimidating and almost frightening.
Dennis learned, is it going to be easier to be able to train MJ, or do you think Inoue is going to come in differently?
It's a different style. It's a different fighter. Cardenas is a right-hander. MJ is lefty. They both, their own styles are different.
Thank you so much.
It's just another tough fight for either one. MJ is tough, he's strong, he's disciplined. He has great timing, he has better footwork. Cardenas, don't get me wrong, Cardenas is very, very smart with his defense, on avoiding getting hit. But, I don't think it's going to be easy for either one.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be an easy task. Even though I share the ring with Inoue already, it's not, because Inoue is very smart. He's very athletic, and his timing, his volume.
When the fight's over, the switch flips back. Suddenly Inoue is just the polite, calm, soft-spoken guy next door, the kind who might ask to borrow a cup of sugar. That's what makes him so unique. It's not just the skills. It's the aura, the energy, the quiet power that makes even the toughest opponents hesitate. So while Diaz is crafting a strategic game plan for Akhmadaliev, it's clear that beating Inoue isn't just about tactics. It's about facing a fighter who seems to shift into another dimension, and sometimes no amount of preparation can stop what's coming.
Like a possession. Like he becomes a different guy, like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing. Like, I'm looking at it and it caught me. I got mad at myself, bud. I said, Teddy, how could you not have noticed that before? I'm looking at him and the camera went on him and I'm saying, wow. That guy looks, he looks ominous. He looks like Dr. Doom. I mean, he's the Wolverine, before he goes back to being Logan, when the metal, flaws
When it
come
comes to
out
Floyd Mayweather, even he respects what Inoue brings to the table. Mayweather pointed out that while Inoue defeated the aging legend Nonito Donaire, it wasn't a flawless performance. But that's exactly what makes Inoue so fascinating. He learns, adapts, and comes back even stronger. Floyd acknowledged that Inoue's style draws inspiration from his own, controlling the pace, staying calculated, and systematically breaking opponents down over time.
And he's scary looking. He's more than just intimidating. The guys I mentioned before, that's their facade. That's their, that's the presence that they project, the look they project, and they kind of stay that way. But soon as the fight was over and the camera went back to Inoue, he looked like the boy next door that comes to your house and knocks on the door to borrow a cup of sugar. I mean, he looks like you, bud, with that beautiful smile. Like I trust you. Yeah, the other guy you don't trust. The other guy, again, it's kind of like I know I'm going to get some people a little nervous here, but it's almost like the Omen, like the possession of this guy. Like 1 minute he's the devil, the next minute, he's the sweet kid that again, you if he came over to date your daughter.
I think the best guy that I faced, and maybe perhaps if I was younger, it might be a different story. But the moment of who I am in this time, I would say Inoue is the toughest that I've faced, or the strongest that I've faced.
Mentioning already that probably potentially backfire in phase 3. What is it about him that gives you that conviction?
I think it was like facing the younger me. There's just a lot of similarities in terms of power, explosiveness, and
Inoue is not only pound for pound the best in the world. Inoue is the best fighter I've ever seen. Ever seen, no matter what weight category or anything. I have never, ever, in the almost 60 years I've been in boxing, seen anything like
Mayweather knows Inoue possesses that special quality, the ability to turn a tough fight into a victory. When you combine that with Inoue's relentless work ethic, it's hard to bet against him, especially against a fighter like Akhmadaliev. Sure, Joel Diaz is crafting a strategy, and Akhmadaliev is no pushover. But at the end of the day, the monster from Japan has a way of making the impossible look effortless.
Here from Japan, Inoue. So when you see the victory of Cool Boy stands, he's not a heavy puncher, good boxer. But far as, Inoue, there's a Filipino fighter, he had fought twice, Donaire. So Donaire was giving him fits in the first fight. And if I'm not mistaken, Donaire was somewhere close to 40 or 40 years old when he fought him the first time. Whereas, and he was in his 20s. So he should have knocked him out in the first
Floyd's respect wasn't enough. Even Iron Mike Tyson is in awe of Naoya Inoue. When Tyson talks about fighters, he doesn't throw around compliments lightly. But when he saw Inoue, he was blown away, calling him a mean little monster and the most efficient hunting machine in boxing. That's high praise coming from one of the most feared fighters in history. Tyson marveled at how Inoue might not look like much at first glance, but once the bell rings, it's a completely different story. Inoue is vicious, calculated, and absolutely fearless. Whether delivering body shots that echo through the arena or lightning-fast combinations that leave opponents confused, he's built to destroy from the inside out.
Like I said before, at that age. What I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S., random blood, urine test. I think he's a hell of a fighter. A hell of a fighter. I don't want to take nothing away from him. Hell of a fighter. And I like him because I see he take a lot of my stuff from my playbook.
Number one for me is Inoue. That's my number one too. Yeah, I think that kid is he's special. I think that kid is special. Power, speed, angles, precision. He has everything. I mean, his defense could get better, but he has defense. His defense is more like distance than actual high guard or whatever. But he's more protective when there's things to worry about coming back. Times that I've seen him get caught, like against Louis Neri, it's more so I just don't respect you, and I'm coming in so crazy, and he could get hit with a counter shot like in that way, which we saw. But Inoue is special, so I think he's number one.
Who would you say are the top 4 in boxing right now, skill wise?
I think Inoue, Crawford, Germonta. It's a lot of fighters. I don't wanna be disrespect with other fighters and not mention there because it's a lot of fighters, good fighters out there.
Naoya gets knocked down in the first round, and I said, "Whoa!" But he kept it together. He. It was like he was surviving, fighting back, and being defensive, like simultaneously, which I thought was very impressive. You get a mixture of it's usually like one of the three. You got somebody who's trying to hold on and hang on and move, or you get somebody who don't know better and just trying to fight back. You know what I mean? Or you get the guy who's just straight defense and let me get through this round. He seemed to do a little bit of all three.
So guys, subscribe to my channel for more new updates.